The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Hey guys, what is up? I'm back with your Impact review, and this time we see Delete or Decay. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts on Delete and Decay, you can skip right till the end. I won't be mad, or will I? I don't know, but let's get into it. I'm super excited, and it all kicks off with, of course, the iconic Senor Benjamin speaking in Spanish, giving us warnings, don't try this at home, this is done by trained professionals, yes. And then we hear Vanguard in his drone language. What an opening. Rebecca with her piano, and then it went all Phantom of the Opera on us with that powerful, passionate voice singing Brother Nero's entrance music. And that bird's eye view, we're entering the Hardy compound, Senor Benjamin, preparing and digging graves for the Decay. I mean, it's gonna be a good show. It was so cinematic, and then we hear Brooke and Matt telling Senor Benjamin to prepare his personal zoo. I mean, could it get any better than that? But we get into the Impact Zone and the Miracle, including our new Knockouts champion, Maria. Mike, of course, cuts a promo. He fired Moose and no one can stop him, not Billy, not Drew, nobody. And then Dixie Carter comes out. Now, Dixie may have taken a backseat and, she's not the president of TNA Impact anymore, but I love seeing Dixie come out. I really do. Love me a powerful woman in the wrestling industry, and you really have to respect her for everything she's done and how, the company is still alive after, continuously getting down, and, they just come back up. She says that she has signed Moose and that they will be having a match at Bound for Glory. You guys want to see this? We're gonna get it. Now, finally, Moose is not under the Miracle. I thought that was all stupid, but I guess that was a way to bring him in. And Moose comes out repping the Impact t-shirt, and I love that. I think it's really cool seeing, wrestlers actually representing, the company they work for. I don't feel like a lot of wrestlers do that. I don't think they take pride in, the company they work for. So that was pretty good. And of course, Moose was gonna do the go to hell on Mike, but Maria distracted him. Then we see Gail's entrance, but then we go straight backstage with back to Maria and Mike. Mike and Maria are not having it. Mike says he's not going to have a match against Moose at Bound for Glory. And then Dixie tells Maria that she's no longer the leader of the Knockouts division if she is the Knockouts champion, and that she will be defending her title at Bound for Glory, and her opponent will be revealed next week. Cliffhanger, we know it's going to be Gail. I find this whole leader of the Knockouts division so stupid. I mean, what qualifies Maria to be the leader of the Knockouts division? Why was there no authority stopping her back then? Not really a fan of this whole leader of the Knockouts division, but I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. But then we have the Knockouts match, and this is the tag team match. Gail Kim and Jade against Ali and Sienna. Now, of course, Sienna is going to be dragging and pushing and bullying and instructing Ali. And that, of course, happened. I mean, come on, Ali, stop being a pushover. Come on. Stop. But I was really expecting more from Gail and Jade as a tag team. I just expected to see more of a tag team chemistry between them, but we didn't really get to see that, of course, because the whole Sienna and Ali storyline tension thing was just thrown at us, and we just kept seeing Sienna bossing Ali around. Sienna hits the silencer on Ali, and I believe this was deliberately, and with that, Jade pins Ali, and Sienna leaves. Poor Ali, come on girl, pull your socks up, okay? And then we go backstage with Billy, JB, asks Billy what this big announcement is, and we all know what this is, but if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. You know, carry on listening, and I'll reveal it. We go back to this Hardy storyline, and we're introduced to Broken Matt Hardy's personal zoo. Broken Matt feeding a giraffe a carrot stick is oh, it's beautiful. I'm gonna drop a this one there. Beautiful. And then the spider monkey, Brother Nero, has to spar against a kangaroo. Hysterical. This what? And the Oscar goes to? Yes. I mean, this was absolutely incredible. I mean, have we ever seen a kangaroo and a Brother Nero in a sparring match before? I mean, I train in Taekwondo, and I think I'm gonna have to, visit Broken Matt's personal Hardy zoo, and I think I'm gonna have to book a session with, his kangaroo. I forgot what the name was, but excellent stuff. And then we see the monkeys. I mean, they killed it with this, One monkey is called DJZ, the other one is called Andrew Everett, the other one is called Mandrews, because these X Division guys fly and, proper spider monkeys hair. I mean, I think that was absolutely great, and it just awesome stuff. Although I don't like seeing animals caged, that was not awesome. But Broken Matt, I believe you. These animals were not harmed. I know. I get it. Oh, and the lion, the tiger. Sorry, the tiger. I can't. This is too good. Then we get back into the Impact Zone. Billy comes out and he announces that the King of the Mountain Championship has officially retired, and he introduces a new championship, and it's called the Grand Championship. Rumors were flying all around. We knew this was true. Blah 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 blah. But I just felt like he just delivered it so instantly. Like, he didn't really go in depth to, why we have a new championship or why the King of the Mountain Championship has retired. I guess that's irrelevant now, but I don't know. I felt like he just got into it, And I didn't quite feel why the Grand Championship is important. Why should I care? Please tell me, I just felt like he went too much into it. And, the Impact Zone is a bit weird because you just have the crowd on one side, and Billy has his back turned to the crowd, and the belt, like, they can't see the belt. These guys can't see the belt, and I get it because of the camera shots and whatnot. So these guys don't know what it looks like, and there was not a pop when Billy announced this, and at least there were no delete chants, regarding the belt design. I thought the belt design was okay. Like, if you compare it to the King of the Mountain Championship, that belt was quite big in size. It was almost like the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, except it was like silver. This was slightly smaller, and it wasn't exactly similar to the X Division either. So kind of a step down to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which is good. And I think it's good that they have this Grand Championship in regards to, you have guys like Jesse and Eli Drake and Mahabali Shira and Aaron Rex, and Braxton Sutter. I mean, you have those guys, and of course these guys can be TNA World Heavyweight Champions, but in a year you'd probably only see like 3 or less if you're going for the whole, I'm the longest reigning champion. So it's good to have a championship that, lets all the other guys, have they can have their moment. So I thought that was a good thing. But yeah, the way this championship works, like the rounds and like the points, and the matches are 3 minutes long, and the judges decide. Mind blowing here, because I can't, like, I'm not receiving how this works. I don't know. This is getting too much. You're confusing this girl over here. Billy says that the first Grand Champion will be crowned at Bound for Glory, which is good. And then Drew comes out, cuts a promo, and then suddenly we just get into a video that explains how the Grand Championship works. I think if they wanted to do this more smoother, Billy should have said, so blah blah blah, I'm going to show you how this Grand Championship works. You know, here's a video, this will explain everything. But it was weird. And then we got back into the Impact Zone, and then Aaron comes out, calls Drew princess. I thought that was funny. I mean, way to emasculate a man that is 6 feet 5, whatever tall, however tall he is. So yeah, it was funny. They were gonna get into a brawl. Billy stops them and says that, you know, the first round will take place now. Drew, you're up. And he was up against Braxton Sutton. Again, to me, Braxton is not really an X Division kind of guy. He's quite built, and he's quite, he doesn't look like a guy that would be competing in the X Division. So I think it was, it made sense. And of course, this was very predictable. Of course, Drew was going to win in this round and advance in this round. Again, I was finding the rules a bit too confusing. This was the first time we're seeing how a Grand Championship match works out. So it was quite a bit, I'm not getting it. But then again, I don't get a lot of stuff. I mean, it takes a girl a while. Regardless of me not understanding, I mean, it was pretty interesting seeing the judges around the ring. It was interesting. And during the break, Spud attacks Braxton. It's good that they're continuing with a feud, still making Braxton relevant, even though he just lost and didn't advance through for the TNA Grand Championship. So I like that. And then we see the Decay. We see Rosemary seducing a guy in the car. Yeah, girl, get it. And then we see Crazy Steve and Abyss, like crazy face paints. I mean, striking visuals, I mean, they're all just so beautiful. And then they just toss the guy and leave the guy who was riding the car on the street, and they pretty much like stripped him down. Yeah. And then we see the press conference between EC3, the #1 contender, who will fight Lashley, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, at Bound for Glory. I mean, this whole press conference setup was just like, why is there kids front row? Like, what is going on? EC3 was being EC3, and, he dropped, like, the D word, and I was, like, really annoyed because there's kids there. Like, what kind of example are you setting, especially when you're the face? I mean, you can continue to stay in your character and, be you, but, like, is it really necessary to be throwing the D word and the F-bombs in a press conference? It doesn't really give a very professional press conference vibe. And like, you're sitting next to the president of TNA Impact Wrestling. I mean, I hope Billy had a few words with this guy, because I mean, I would if I was a president, Shariya for president, yes. I enjoyed hearing Lashley on the mic to some degree, okay? I mean, a year ago, the guy was like being represented by MVP, MVP was playing the manager role, and here we are, a year or so later, Lashley is doing his thing. He's a TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He's, coming out every week, destroying people, does great on the mic. Sorry guys, I just lost my words there. But when he was like trying to take shots at EC3, and he was continuously doing the whoa thing, I mean, you kind of just ruined it there. Like, I think, you said it once. Did you have to say it twice? No. You see a video package on Jesse, because he's going to have his match next with Eli Drake, and it is again for the TNA Grand Championship. Eli Drake advances through this round. Delete or Decay. Are you guys ready? Now, I'm not going to say everything. I don't have much time right now. I'm not going to say everything in chronological order, so let's just begin with this. Okay, now this was it was a different feud. They're using the same concept of, filming in the Hardy estate or the Hardy compound. Again, great narrative, great cinematography, great music, mise en scène, the props. I mean, everything was just amazing. The special effects, magical. The way it just started off with the whole explosions and everything, it was absolutely great. we saw Joseph Park. Now again, if you haven't been following TNA and you don't know who this geeky, goofy guy is wearing the glasses, Joseph Park is Abyss's brother, played by Abyss. Get it? Yeah. So it was definitely great to see good old Joseph Park come. Senor Benjamin uses a taser. Yes, Senor Benjamin, and gives us a creepy laugh. I mean, this guy, he's the best. He's the best. Only wrestling we really saw was like Brother Nero and Crazy Steve underwater. I mean, that was just epic. Brother Nero sacrificing his soul for Broken Matt, showing his loyalty, not doing the spider monkey moves. God one speaking again in drone language, calling Rosemary a witch as she, you know, takes Maxwell away as Rebecca is on the floor with her Louis Vuitton bag. Oh, damsel in distress. Rosemary used a mist on Vanguard and then he goes offline. So that was absolutely hilarious. And then Broken Matt is there and she tries to, well, she spits the mist on him. He spits it back at her. I mean, so great. And then the way King Maxwell just runs to Broken Matt and the family's happy, and that's all fantastic. But the cliffhanger is, what happens to Vanguard? What happens to Brother Nero? And Senor Benjamin is kidnapped, because at the end we see Crazy Steve with his sadistic laugh, and you know, I believe Abyss is driving away. And yeah, I mean, it definitely was really fun, creative, of course. I enjoyed it. I have a problem. What's new? I always have a problem. I mean, why were there no thumbtacks? Come on, Abyss. Come on, no thumbtacks. And I would have preferred if we saw Rebby and Rosemary, you know, kind of, you know, fight it out. I would have loved to see that. I mean, we know Rebby is a wrestler. Of course, she doesn't wrestle now or anything, but, you know, it would have been fun to, you know, see a few scenes where, you know, girls are kicking ass. But I'm sure we'll see that in the near future, because this is not over. There's a cliffhanger. Where is Senor Benjamin? Hashtag search party for Benjamin. I think that's what Broken Matt tweeted today or something. So yeah, it was absolutely great. You know, they're using the iconic characters and great props. 2 thumbs up from me. I want to know your thoughts. Tell me what you thought of Delete or Decay. Who do you think won this? I think it's a draw, although I feel like the Decay won in a way, because they probably didn't kidnap or abduct King Maxwell, but they did take Senor Benjamin, so they did take something away from Broken Matt. But then again, they didn't get the ultimate prize, which was King Maxwell. So yeah, that's my take on it. But please leave me a comment and let me know, who do you think won? What was your favorite moments from Delete or Decay? And what do you think of the Grand Championship? I mean, it's gonna be a great episode next week. I'm super excited. Leave your comments, like this video, share it. And if you want to see my reactions on Delete or Decay, that will be up on my channel. I think the link will be down below. So you can go check that out, and I'll see you next week.